San Francisco is looking to continue their winning streak in the 2023 NFL season as they fly up to Cleveland, take on Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns. Last time we saw the Browns, there was a shocking scratch on Deshaun Watson because of a sore shoulder, and Dorian Thompson-Robinson was not able to beat the Baltimore Ravens. But they did have a week-long bye, coming off that bye. And Ryan, kind of want to throw it over to you now. What do the Browns have to do to try and stop this Niners team? This Niners team looks like they have no flaws whatsoever. And even they drafted a rookie kicker who can kick it from 60 yards. I know. He's going to be one of the best kickers in the league, it seems like.
It amazes me at the plug and play ability of everybody on the 49ers. Like, even last year, I don't know if you remember how injured that defense was getting. And it was just like, oh, this is a 6th-round pick, and comes in, it's like, he gets an interception, he's one of the top-rated PFF corners that week. And I was like, okay, this is just getting ridiculous what the 49ers are able to do with talent. So, it's going to be a task, I think, a really tough task for the Cleveland Browns to slow down this offense, just because they have 4 elite playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. They have 4 elite skill position players on the offensive side of the ball, not including Brock Purdy. But Christian McCaffrey, Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, and George Kittle are all top 10 at their position, if not top 5. And so it's going to be tough. They have to get after Brock Purdy and make him uncomfortable. The hard part is the 49ers also have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. And so I know we're hyping up the 49ers to feel like this invincible team.
Man, they're borderline, though. They're borderline.
I know. It's gonna be tough, but I think if there's a team that does it, I do like the Browns matchup. They have a couple good corners. They have some good linebackers. Myles Garrett is an elite pass rusher. He's controversial take here, but he's probably a better pass rusher than Nick Bosa is. So
I don't think it's controversial. I think that's fair.
The problem is you get into the who's better than who, and it's you have T.J. Watt, Nick Bosa, Myles Garrett. Those are those guys. They're kind of interchangeable when it comes to top pass rushers in the league. So
yeah, I will say that I think that is going to be the overall X factor of this game is going to be that Browns defensive line. Even if I look at let's just quickly evaluate the Browns offense versus the Niners defense. I feel like the Browns will, especially if Deshaun Watson starts, I feel like they will get their fair share, but it won't be a bunch. I could see the Browns putting up 17 points. So let's say something like that. Let's say they put up 17 points. The Niners, the only way the Niners offense could be stopped is what you've mentioned, is if Brock Purdy just gets confused and is not able to just perform at his best, and he's making errors, which he has not really shown so far in his now 10 regular season starts.
He's 10-0, right?
10-0 now after that shellacking of Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football, which was fun to see.
Yes.
So that's why, and I bring that up specifically because you can argue that room right there, the defensive line room with Myles Garrett, Dalvin Tomlinson, and Zadarius Smith leading the way, if they're able to cause havoc, then I think that's going to be able to slow down this Niners offense. But that being said, that's a big if. And I'm just struggling to see how over a 60-minute period that Trent Williams and company can't figure out how to stymie this Browns defensive front to where then they can't open up running lanes or then they can't get birdie protection. So I'm just struggling to see it. And that, to me, I think is the only way. I feel like the Browns will not win it in a shootout. I feel like they're not able to get into a shootout with them. No. Not because of the Browns' offense is lacking in any way, so to say, but it's more that Niners defense can figure out how to stop them. Just to keep providing pressure with Nick Bosa. Fred Warner is amazing. So I'm just struggling to see how over 60 minutes the Browns are able to hang with the Niners.
That for me is going to be my biggest thing, because I don't know what they're going to be able to do. I look back at the Pittsburgh game, and it was they weren't able to do anything in that game. And this San Francisco offense is 3,000 times better than anything Matt Canada can put together.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's like it's going to be a really rough night, I think, for the Cleveland Browns. So let's get over into predictions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with 49ers.
Yeah, I think we've already given up our predictions.
I'll say 38-24, make it a 2-touchdown game. But I just don't know what the Browns are really going to be able to do to consistently stymie this 49ers offense.
I think that's the thing. If this was like a shootout, so to say, where like you had only 5 drives to score, I could find scenarios where the Browns are able to put something together and maybe they could stop the Niners. But over 60 minutes, each team's going to get, let's say, 10 to 12 possessions.
Yeah,
Kyle Shanahan and that offense, he's just able to just a masterclass in just designing plays, getting guys open, and with Christian McCaffrey's at the top of his game. He's in his prime. Deebo Samuel, George Kittle. Everybody just keeps rotating on who has a big game. McCaffrey a couple weeks ago had 4 touchdowns. I think the week before that, Deebo Samuel had 2 or 3 touchdowns. This past week against the Cowboys, it was George Kittle. He had 3 touchdowns. So they're just going to keep rotating around. And it's like, pick your poison. Which way do you want to die tonight? That's just what it seems like it is with the Niners. And it's hard to stop. No one's been able to stop them so far. I can honestly really only see maybe the Eagles or the Chiefs stopping this team, or the Dolphins maybe winning a 55-54 type football game. Those are the only type of scenarios I can see so far.
But even then, the 49ers, not only do they have this extremely innovative offense, this defense is one of the best in the league too. So it's just not a fair comparison, especially the Browns kind of found a rhythm in week 3, I believe. And then Deshaun Watson was hurt in week 4. They were on a bye in week 5. And it's just kind of I think they finally got the engine going, and then they just immediately shut it off. So it's going to be interesting to watch. But let's go ahead and wrap this video up here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below on who you think is going to come out ahead in this matchup. Is it going to be the San Francisco 49ers or the Cleveland Browns? Let us know what you think. Other than that, we will see you guys next time.